Yo, what is good? Welcome to a special Sunday
stream. Stream stram thing.
Stream. I know that's what we used to call it when back when I still Twitch streamed and
Wasn't it?
and stuff. I think it was
zombies. Wasn't it?
It was around that time, yeah. I think
the grenades.
I know. I still need to post those.
Grenades.
But it
good times.
I remember Tepti would call it stream sometimes too. That's where I think we kind of started hearing it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are, streaming 2 days in a row.
Yeah, 2 days in a row. We're on a roll.
Right.
So yeah, what we're gonna get into, we did end up watching.
Oh, JP's live too.
Oh, JP is?
Yeah, I'll have to watch him on the replay.
Yeah, we'll have to catch the replay on that.
I love JP's content. He still wins the 10-year challenge. Or was it a different JP? The 10-year challenge where it was like post a picture of yourself from 10 years ago and a current picture, and it was one of his dog, and it was like the best one ever.
The one, yeah, that one you're thinking of, yeah, that was JP.
Oh, see, I was right.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often.
No, not really.
Oh.
Not really too often, huh?
I always feel like something's off if I'm right too much.
Like on She's Out of Your League or something, when he's like, it feels like feels like the earth is on, or like at a tilt or something. Right. It's something like that.
The only thing you have to fear is fear itself.
The only thing you have to fear is fear itself?
Fear itself. That's it.
Alright, well, yeah, I'm Solgr Only.
The one and only Fusha as well, as we ramble on.
Yeah, as always.
I know, how do we carry on a conversation?
Scatter/squirrel brain is all hell.
I know, like, to this day, we still end up carrying, like, 2 or 3 different conversations at once, where it's like, you're talking about something, I'm talking about something else, and then we're, like, still acknowledging each other for what it is the other one is saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then on just, like, 2 completely different chapters of the same book. I love it.
Yeah, so we'll start this spoiler free.
Yes.
I mean, maybe we'll get into spoilers later, and once we do, there will be a banner on the bottom saying spoilers, and we'll give a fair warning, you know, like if you don't want spoilers. But
like that.
Yeah, so we did watch The Old Guard last night,
which was really good. I definitely trust my mom's judgment and Carlito's as well, who have both recommended that we see the movie like right away.
Yeah, we'd been hearing
it was good. I want to get the trades to it now.
I know. I really want to read it now.
Well, and it's funny because like as we were watching it, knowing that it was originally a comic, I could just it was kind of like Miles Morales Spider-Man, where it's like they were able to turn like the comic feel to real life. As he's like going through the panels, and so it was like watching it, I could see like the drawn version of it as like a still shot, and like I could just picture it so well, and it made me love it even more.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse was really good at that.
Really good.
Probably one of the best at it because of that art style.
I agree. Well, and with the old guard, it was just like simplicity at its best, because you notice there wasn't a lot of heavy dialogue.
There wasn't a lot of exposition, you know. It was like they can't die, they're immortal, which that isn't a spoiler, that's obviously in the trailers,
right?
You know, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, it's simplicity at its
complex,
finest. Yeah, simplicity at its finest, because sometimes less is more, and the way they did it is so good. Hey, comic book athlete, did I say that right?
I can never pronounce that right either. It's like
I'm a special kind of special, and I don't know how to talk.
I know. I butcher.
Hey, Andy from England, thanks for joining us.
But yeah, he says I read the comic book, but didn't watch the Netflix version yet.
Do it. It is so good. Well, we haven't read the comic yet, but I really want to go read it now.
I do.
It was so worth the watch. It was really good.
The only one we've seen at our LCS, I don't think it's the first series because it has a subtitle in it. It's
That's what I was gonna ask you. Was that an issue or a trade?
The one that I was seeing at the LCS?
Yeah, that was a number 1.
It was issues because there was like a number 1 and a number 3.
breaking my heart, Smalls.
I saw
Breaking my
I saw pictures of I think the original series though, and it was like book 1.
I was really hoping you were gonna say it was a trade, and then we'd just tell Volts to put it in the hold, because Carlito had a hard time finding the first trade. And it's not well, I mean, depending on how much money you have, if you want to get the single issues. But you remember he had gotten it from Barnes & Noble, and they had to order it for him. And so I remembered earlier that you said something about a number 1, but I didn't remember if it was an issue or a trade. And I was like hoping that it was a trade, because then we could have gotten the first volume trade. But if it was an issue, we might.
It's kind of weird though,
it might be harder to find.
Because the pictures I've seen from some of those books.
Steet. Is that how? I don't know.
Esteet. Yeah.
I can't pronounce things.
Comic book Esteet.
S.
I still feel like I'm butchering it though. But it's weird because like the pictures that I saw of the original series, it said on them like book 1, book 2, but it still seemed
Like
not
an issue?
No, bigger than that.
Oh.
But it still seemed small for like a trade, maybe.
Not necessarily.
I don't know, but
Because
but the
Magic
ones,
Order isn't that big of a trade.
That's true.
And the Amazing Mary Jane isn't that big of. Unnatural is a small 6
well,
issue
yeah,
trade.
there's like those 5,
so,
6 issue trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic Order reminds me kind of that.
I love the Magic Order. Wasn't that one still option too?
Well, yeah, because
That one was so good.
all of Mark Millar's stuff has been Netflix bought like all the Millar world.
Yes, which
Or-
I'm super
yeah.
stoked for. You seen the movie, but not read the comic. Cool movie though, right? It was good. I like the way that they told the story. Like at first when it was starting, I was thinking it was going to go in a completely different direction than what it did. But I was very pleased with the direction that it went and the way that the events happened. It just
Yeah, not to
It
get
was
into
good.
like too spoiler heavy, but yeah,
Yeah. They did a really good job kind of building what it is like.
it was a little different than what I was expecting too,
Yeah,
but not in a bad way yet again either.
in
The
a
one-
really good way.
the one
I'm really,
thing
yeah.
that has to be said, I'm trying to think if I've ever really seen Charlize Theron in anything quite like this. Like I mean she was in like The Italian Job, and
I loved her in the
she's
Italian
kind of
Job.
been in some
What was that
like
line
like
from?
minor action stuff, but nothing this serious, I don't think. Not that
I
I
want
can
to say
recall.
you're wrong because
I kind of want to say I'm wrong too, but I don't know. I nothing jumps off the top of my head, but
Okay.
she kills it in this.
okay, fair warning, I may sound. Oh wait, never mind. I answered my own question. Good, I didn't have to sound like an idiot. For a second, I couldn't remember who did kill Bill, and I was like, oh, that's Irma Thurman, not Charlize Theron. But they, two blondes. So I'm like, but I remembered before. I made myself sound like I caught myself. As a special kind of special, I caught myself there. But no, I want to say that you're wrong too, because I swear I've seen her in other stuff. I loved her in The Italian Job, though. What was it? The quote in the movie that she says, she trusts everybody, she just doesn't trust the demon inside. And that's like what tips him off to knowing that she's his this is completely different
Yeah.
movie. I'm talking about The Italian Job at this point. And that one, if you haven't seen it, then you should see it. It's a really good one.
Yeah, the old guard force multiplied. That's the series I
Yes.
was seeing at our LCS. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay.
that one.
So then is that...
So there's 2 5-issue miniseries.
Ooh.
The old guard and then the old guard force multiplied.
So is that after the first volume of a trade paperback?
Yeah, the force multiplied one, yeah, would be after the original. That's what I was thinking it was.
I want to get the first trade. I loved it. I'm really glad that I had us watch it. Because usually we say we're going to watch stuff, and then we never do. And then I eventually
we always
just turn
get
it
to it
on and then
late.
it works. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting to stuff later, but I mean, later's better than never.
We need to get to Umbrella Academy because the season 2 dropped, and I've heard really good things about season 1.
Oh, she was in Prometheus, that's right.
See, I knew she was in other stuff.
Okay.
She's, she would actually pull off a really good Catwoman.
That's what I was just gonna say. Damn it, you took my.
Haha.
And you know what the thing is I I have fan casted her as Catwoman before, even before seeing her with the dark hair.
I really liked her with the dark hair.
I mean, she definitely
She's
moves.
a phenomenal actress overall, though.
Well, yeah, she always has been. God, I mean, hell, remember, she's the one that she was in Monster. She's the one that played Eileen Wuornos.
Yeah.
In Monster, like they made her look so much like her.
It's crazy what movie magic can do.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, I vote seeing it once or twice or 3 times because it was definitely worth the watch. I mean, I'd watch it again.
I'd watch it again. Yeah, in a heart. Yeah. I mean but it's such an interesting dynamic too. You know.
Dynamic.
I know.
I love you. It is. It really is. Cause
I mean, we've seen immortals in movies before, but not like this.
I liked the way that they portrayed them in the beginning, you know, and how it had started, but not knowing why she's so upset of what's happening. And,
because from
she's
the very
kinda,
beginning,
and it's kind of being regarded as they only help select few, you know, or they scout a job before they do it. They want to make sure it's vital worth doing, but then later you find out that it's like behind the scenes of everything else. And that's a real turning point. I don't know how to talk about it without spoilers.
I know.
It's so hard.
I know that's the thing. We
Hancock. Yes, that one. I do remember that one. She was good in that one with Will Smith.
Oh, that's right.
She was really good in that one. See, I knew you were forgetting another one.
How did I forget that?
Actually, I was probably forgetting one too, so I'm just as guilty as you are.
I like it.
I'm a hypocrite, guys. I can't help it. My bad.
See, and even though with how much I liked it, I do agree with what Carol says here too. It was okay to good. Characters were a little shallow. Need to know more about them to care about them. See, I agree to some extent because I kind of wish that they would have dove into them a little bit more.
I agree there, but I also think
that
the way
it's
that
they
ended it,
you know, leave a little mystery kind of thing. I think
exactly
is what
where it's going is I think the way that they ended it, it's possible for another one, like a sequel, that they would be able to then get into the deep reason behind why she stopped and what it was that stopped her from or what it was that made
that changed. Yeah,
that changed, you know. So I do get you there. That makes sense because at first I was like a little bit where she's like, I have all the answers, and it's like, I didn't say you were gonna like them.
I didn't say you were gonna like them though. Yeah,
I must admit I was expecting more answers than what was provided.
I was too, and
I did
that's
like
what I
the
was just gonna
mystery
say.
of it.
Yeah, it does it does lend a little bit more to her character. I mean, because we never even got her age.
Yeah, we didn't. I really wanted her age to
I
know.
mean,
I would have liked a little bit more backstory of the characters, though.
Yeah, I kind of would too, but I kind of like leaving the mystery as well, but a little bit more, I still think, though. Yeah.
I think maybe just a little bit more to, not necessarily all of them, but a little bit more to a particular one.
Well, yeah, because like what Geralt said is most of the time was telling the new immortal story. Right. So maybe if it was just balanced a little bit more between the old group and the new one, instead of so much to the new one.
Boring backstory.
She was good too, though. I mean, like at the end, like the choreography and the fight scenes and everything in this was good.
I really liked the Russian part, or the beginning where it's like, do you speak Russian?
You don't speak Russian, do you?
I loved that bit, and I loved how they brought it around full circle. I thought that was really good. I was expecting a little more, but I was still satisfied with what was provided.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I was necessarily like expecting more, but I mean, I was actually, with it being a Netflix film, I think I was somewhat surprised by how good the effects were, you know, like when they're like, you know, folding back.
Right? I know, like their arms and their bones, and it's like all like trippy. Yeah. It's kind of cool how they did it though.
And the villain was good in the sense that you just wanted punch the shit out of him, you know?
Well, once it had gotten to, like, him being the villain, it was kind of, like, cut and dry to the point of just, like,
Yeah.
done,
I mean, I'm
so,
not saying
like,
he was a good one by any means, but it's...
he was like what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word. I know it. Hold on. No. Maybe? Expected? Like, one that you would see coming. Like, oh, no big surprise. The villain's gonna be somebody that wants to harvest, you know.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Like, it was no surprise.
Yeah.
There's another word for it. Obvious.
Like, yeah, there's that, but also, I can't think of the word. I know it, yeah.
This is how our conversations go off air, guys.
I know that's what originally made us start, like, podcasting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like a few years ago, even before we started collecting again, we were doing it.
The first few times we did a podcast, it was in the car.
Well, because that's when we were just doing it on
and asked if we wanted birthday cake.
That's when we were just doing it, like, with our phones and stuff.
The days. A good 7 years ago. Where does the time go? She is an amazing actress. I agree with you there. I'm afraid she's too big of an actress to do another.
I know. It definitely sets up... I don't know. I think I could see her doing another one.
I could see her doing another one. Because that's the other thing, is that you notice she did start to heal slowly later after the fact.
It's kind of weird because they do mention something how you heal slower at first, like the first few times are slower.
Yeah. So then
eventually, like, the older you are,
yeah,
it can be slower. I guess it can be slower too. And see, and this is what I didn't see coming.
The way that they explained it is just that one of these times you're not going to come back, pretty much.
Yeah, see, and what I didn't see coming is the fact that even the old group still doesn't, even they don't really know what the hell's going on with it, why they have it.
Yeah,
I was expecting it to be like some big order that has been, well, they have been around for centuries, obviously, but it was really just like these four.
I was kind of expecting a little more of them to know what it is and how it works, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is a very good point, because when they kind of explain it to the new one, it's kind of like, oh yeah, we don't know too much about it, but it's like,
I was surprised by that.
What research could they have done to know? But then at the same time, if they're the only ones that it's ever happened to in the entire planet,
yeah, because they do say
then
something.
It would be hard to do that kind of research, because you wouldn't know.
Because they do say something how, yeah, I know, yeah, we're starting to get down a little too spoilery, but
yeah, we're good at that.
How the new one was the first new one in like a couple hundred years.
Hot take: actresses can be really cringe when they try to be tough. She does a great job.
Yeah, exactly. Though I didn't get that from her.
Yeah, I didn't get. Yeah, I got. She was good in that. I thought she was good.
A lot of actresses do. A lot of actresses, it is cringy when they
like
do
Wonder
that.
Woman.
But she was just a
Wonder
badass,
Woman was too skinny. She still gained some muscle, but she was still like thin. She was still a little too thin.
Yeah, she's really skinny.
There's other ones that are just not near as good. But
and keep in mind the whole time too, both of us hadn't read the comics too, so this was like
this was really my mom and Carlito both saying that we need to see it, and I trust my mom's judgment because she referred me to Umbrella Academy, which was really good, Firefly when I was growing up, Buffy the Vampire, all these stuff.
Sense8.
Yeah.
Sense8 was a big
you know
one.
that meme I sent her where it's like, anybody else think it's odd that they end and now the world's coming to an end?
The Supernatural.
Yeah, when I was over at my mom's today, she was saying how she wants to see the reaction, just to see if they'd be like, all right, guys, you know what? We'll do one more show so we can get the wheels back on track, and then we're out.
I know.
And that would be so awesome if that was the case. I'd be like, oh, thank God. Full sentences.
Hey, what's going on, Kyle? Yeah, Kyle says, no, I need to read the comic of it. Yeah, we're in the same boat. We're going to start looking for it now, too.
Definitely. And I'm kind of nervous about it.
I'm going to have to look on in-stock trades. And yeah, I think it could be hard to find because...
because Carlito was having a hard time finding it in the trade. And he's kicking it himself because his LCS had offered it to him at first.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like, And then he saw the movie and was like, why did I do that to myself? And we all have those moments. I know for sure I do.
Oh
at
yeah,
least.
I've had a few.
Yeah.
Where you just regret passing on it. Yeah, it goes both ways.
It really does.
Oh yeah, Andy says it's in the top to watch movies in Netflix history. I have been seeing a lot about it.
Yeah, Netflix is doing good. There's a few others that I want to watch too. Like we should just have one night a week dedicated to just watching a show. Like no matter what, like just.
Well, we're trying to do that because
show.
one of the how we're trying to get some other shows going. One
of
them was going to be one of them was going to be.
I really do want to do that. Would you guys want to get pixelated with me?
One of them. Yeah, one of them was going to be more movie, TV based. That one.
You got a lot of plans.
That one was yours.
It wasn't TV and movies. It was just movies.
Oh, just movies?
Yeah, it was just movies. It was like
that was a movie.
To all my favorite movies.
That was a movie.
That just went over my head. What did you say? You
said that was a movie. The Old Guard. It was a movie, not a series.
Well, yeah, but you had just said TV.
Well, I just threw it in there, but
oh,
in case if we eventually talk about. God, it's been a long weekend.
It's been a long day, but it's been good. Buffy and Angel were cool shows. Also, I loved Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they ended up doing with Cordelia. And Spike. Spike was really good.
I kind of don't remember how it ended. I mean, the last I remember was Fred being possessed by the.
That was so good.
Ancient.
I miss Fred. That was a good way to end it, and that was actually something she was telling me. There's a show that has that similar ending.
Similar ending.
Yeah.
Like she gets possessed or something by.
No, not that she gets possessed, but that it's like all hell goes like the final battle, the final war. It's like that, but I don't remember exactly which.
Well, Supernatural was always teasing, leading up to the final thing for about 12 years.
I fell so far behind on Supernatural. That one's gonna take like a month for how long it takes us to watch shows. But no,
Kyle. Yeah, Doctor Who's the best show.
The best show ever.
Yeah.
Which actually popped up on my Facebook memories.
Shouldn't. Well, I mean, with the pandemic and everything, who knows? But
they filmed the Christmas special already, so we're getting the Christmas special. But I don't know about the other filming. And then
and usually the way they've been doing it lately, the season would be after that. Would be like the spring. After that, I think.
So I was there, and I brought up Stranger Things, and she said they mostly do the filming for Stranger Things in Canada, which over in Canada they've kind of gotten the whole pandemic thing under control. That they're hoping everybody tests negative, they might be able to work and do, because with Stranger Things, they weren't finished filming, but they usually do it up in Canada.
A lot of stuff films up there.
That thought came back to me. I know what you're talking about. You tossed in TV shows, but my idea was just to be like movies, like some of my favorite movies and why they're my favorites and why you should see them at some point. Because there's so many of them. I just haven't figured out how I'm gonna do the layout of it, or if I'm gonna do a pre-made video, or it's just a picture of the thing, or I don't know. It's still in the works.
Well, yeah,
because it's gonna be real pixels.
Yeah, because we also want to start doing some pre-recorded stuff, not everything live. But I mean, obviously, live is our favorite thing. But
and if I do real pixels, would it be on my YouTube channel? I don't know.
If it's just you, I mean, obviously, I would probably join you some of the time.
Wolfman and Hart double-crossed Angel and the gang, and they went up fighting. That was the best ending to it. And I liked how even though she was possessed by the Ancient One, while her parents were there, she at least did what Wesley, I think his name was Wesley, wanted her to do.
Wesley Wyndham.
Yeah, to just pretend to be Fred for her parents, while her parents are in town.
Oh, wow.
And some of this stuff sticks with me, man. I grew up with Hercules, Xena, Superman, Lois and Clark, born a nerd. I was born into this.
Yeah, I remember Buffy continuing in the comics too. Yeah.
Buffy's still going, and Angel. I got a few issues of Angel, but I kind of fell off and haven't been reading them.
They both have had. I mean they've had multiple series since then.
I really want to know, with the old girl, bleh, I can't talk. The old guard. I really want to know how she got out from.
Yeah,
I want to know her backstory. I want to know more. So I mean, it was. It didn't quite go as I was expecting. It didn't go in the direction I was expecting it to go. I wasn't too disappointed, but it left me more curious at the end of like, wait, tell me more. Don't stop there. Just keep going. And so I think there could be more.
Yeah, I think there is. I mean, since we watched it, I haven't.
Firefly also continued in the comics too.
We haven't been.
I was reading some Firefly, which was good.
We haven't been reading like online, about. A sequel or anything. Like we literally just watched it last night and that's it. I haven't been looking at.
Well, and I think
I had meant to start looking.
Was it the weekend? Was it the last weekend before last or the one before that she had? Because I could have sworn my mom told us to watch it like maybe 2 weeks ago.
I remember the first time we heard about it was before it even came out.
Yeah.
And then we watched like the trailer.
Oh yeah, because I had come across the trailer on YouTube. I thought it looked good, and then my mom showed me the trailer, and then she also showed me the trailer for
probably Umbrella
Warrior Nun.
Oh no, yeah, it was that. Yeah, the
Which
Warrior
actually
Nun
looks kind of funny.
The trailer to that looks
good.
Yeah, it looks really crazy.
Apparently, when Jamie was in town, they watched like a whole bunch of it. I'm like, that's the way it goes.
Wow.
My mom is serious about her shows.
Oh yeah, she loves them
by far. Growing up, we used to always have movies night. Or Friday night would be like movie night where we would just get a bunch of junk food and watch random movies. Good times.
Okay.
See, so I would have quite a few pixels to go over.
Well, yeah, because remember you would start.
All right, thanks for joining us on Kenny Kyle. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, buddy.
Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, because that would be an awesome way to do the first few episodes. Talk about some of your favorite movies all the time and stuff.
No, there's so many good ones.
All right, so let's try and finally get into. Ones. I have a bunch of news stuff on here that we had tried to do for our last 2 issues of Married with Issues Live, but
it's because you're an overachiever and I don't remember it all.
Well, in our squirrel brains, makes the.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's why I'm so intrigued to want to get the trade. What Andy had said is, I think the comic might explain more story for the old guard, and I can see that being 100% true.
Oh yeah, the comics. I mean, it's always like that. Books and comics, and there's so much more room and opportunity for exposition and.
Exactly.
And all that. I know I have. So getting into the 2020 Eisner Award winners. I know I had it pulled up here somewhere. I hope I didn't.
I got messages. Hold on.
I hope I still have this.
Or JP.
Damn it! I don't think I do.
Of course you don't. What did you do that for?
Yeah.
Warrior Nun. Oh, Warrior Nun is the one that ended like Angel. Yep. See, my mom's watching.
Oh, it's nice.
That was the text message from her. So yeah, I knew it was one of them.
So Warrior Nun ended like Angel.
Yeah.
Huh.
See? I am just like she says, a blonde at heart. I'm bad at details and don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
I am not. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, when I was going over the 2020 Eisner Award winners, most of these people I hadn't even heard of. Yeah.
See. I swear, we're just meant to be.
I mean, the winner.
Hey, Jeff Comic. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, and one thing I have to say about this year, the women in the industry are killing it.
Yes.
Like I mean, even last year. Monstrous.
Marjorie Liu and Sana Decatur, who do Monstrous, like cleaned house. They got like all of them.
They won 5.
I thought I had the
Eisner's
book right here, but I didn't. Yeah. And it's now up to issue 29, which is a really good series. So if you're not reading Monstrous, you should at least check it out. I know John and White Whale did a review on it as well. It is more of a dense series where there's so much going on that even rereading it, some of it makes more sense the second or
It's
third
pretty
time.
epic,
Yeah,
and yeah.
it's a really big world building, and what's going on. It is very dense and just compact with a lot that there's some stuff you miss, but if you go back and read it again, you still. It's kind of like Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
you watch so much Doctor Who, and then you go back and watch reruns, and then you come across all these little eggs that you're like, well, wait, I
So
didn't notice that
many.
the first time before. They already knew that by that point, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah, so there's it looks like best short story, Hot Comb by Ebony Flowers and Hot Comb. That's from Drawn and Quarterly.
This is all your new stuff. I'm not entirely sure what it all is.
Best continuing series was Bitter Root by David Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green. Best limited series was Little Bird, which I have seen that at RLCS. So this one I had heard of.
John is really into it, and so is Life of a Geeky Mind. It's one of her favorite series is Little Bird. I've heard good things about it.
Which is by Image.
Mm-hmm. Image is the best. Oh, and that was another thing that we actually brought up yesterday, and we did watch today, was the McFarlane sci-fi story.
Yes.
What was the name of it again?
Like Hell I Won't.
Yeah, Like Hell I Won't. It was really good.
I loved it. I mean, everyone knows I'm a huge McFarlane fan, but it was put together really well. And I'm not surprised. I watch a lot of stuff from sci-fi, and I listen to their podcasts, and they put together stuff really well.
I think they did a good job at it, and I was actually a little impressed to see how he admitted to filing for bankruptcy, how he admitted to being young and dumb with some of these lawsuits that he didn't think of at the time that he got him.
Like was in bankruptcy 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Now worth over $300 million.
Yeah. See, so it's like, I mean, success is not a straight line upward. It can go up and then down and then to the side and then back around, and then next thing you know.
Oh, and I was wrong yesterday too. I had said 200 rejection letters. It was 300.
Yeah, it was 300.
When he was trying to break into the industry when he was in college.
He got so many no's.
300.
But I like Todd. I respect Todd McFarlane so much more than I do that. What's his name? Lie filled.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane. It was a good watch. So if you're into Todd McFarlane and want to hear his backstory,
yeah, it was only like 45 minutes, but they covered a lot of ground.
Because if you think about it, on TV, it would have been like a half hour with commercials between. It was around that time, and it was on YouTube. The full thing was on YouTube, and that's how we watched it. One of these days, Married with Issues and Hunters need to join forces and form like a Voltron.
Form like Voltron.
I agree.
I completely agree.
I can do it both hands.
You realize you're doing that to a Star Wars fan?
You realize he understands that I'm a Trekkie and it's okay? Maybe.
Barely. I'm just kidding.
No, I still find it hilarious that I'm sorry. This might give you a little bit of pain, but the story you told on the Hunters where they went out to the store and a yard sale or something, and they were expecting Star Wars toys in a bag, and your kids were so excited, and then they get back, and it's all Star Trek. Like, I'm sorry. I found humor in that. I may be a little messed up and not right in the head, but...
There was one here. Where'd it go?
Good. There was actually...
Best New Series, Invisible Kingdom by G. Willow Wilson.
See, but I still respect Star Wars. Like, I'm more of a Trekkie, but I still I'm more of a Trekkie, but I still like.
No,
respect Star
I know.
Wars, so.
I mean, in all honesty, I love both too.
Although, to be fair, on May the 4th, the closest I got was a NASA shirt instead of a Star Wars. My bad. It's a work in progress.
Oh, Andy said, did you guys watch the interview that came out just before the McFarlane one? I sent you the link through IG. So I don't think I noticed. Damn it. Sorry.
See, you gotta check your messages. You've got mail, man. You've got mail. He is so bad at checking messages, guys. He is terrible with it.
Well, I also run 2 different IG accounts. And I haven't been on IG that much lately. And when I have been on it, I was on the Married with Issues one pretty much most of this week when I was on it.
To be fair, who's making you do that much?
I might.
You overload yourself, so it's like if you're doing it to yourself, I don't know if you can complain. Although I'm a big hypocrite there, so.
Yeah, holy cow.
I admit my faults.
You do.
Blonde roots, but mine are gray now. Logging off now, gonna binge watch Umbrella Academy. Okay, have a good night, Mama. Much love if you're still here.
Yeah, have a good night.
We need to get into Umbrella Academy.
I know, we still haven't even watched the first season. I know. That's the
My
one where
grades are
we're
coming in
slacking
strong,
so
too.
bad. Yeah, okay, so
my grades are coming
to
in
finish
strong.
up on the Eisner stuff, there was one stat here that I wanted to go over that was really crazy. This isn't it, but Neil Gaiman did win an Eisner this year for Snow Glass Apples.
You gotta hear this. Star Wars is for cool kids. Star Trek is for old men.
God, where'd it go?
And he's not even listening.
No, I heard that.
As the girl said. Well, I just
Star
say
Trek.
live long and prosper. And then there's also Vogue. You know, like Andy Warhol.
Oh my
Back
God.
in, like, what was it? Was the 60s?
I don't know.
Where it's like, you know, but I could do it like.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Madonna that invented Vogue and all that.
It could have been Madonna. I just think of
Andy
Andy
Warhol was
like.
the painter.
Well, yeah, but he was like a pioneer of
Where the hell?
art or creativity or something like. You know what I mean. At least I think you do, maybe.
I'm trying
Much
to
love.
find this one stat that had.
It's all good.
It was how many?
There's actually something I need to send to you, Garrel. I'm gonna send it. Yeah, I just remembered this. I'm gonna find it.
Okay,
Apparently we're
so
not- Okay, they were there. Or here. I showed this one to my mom, and it was great. I think it's in here. As we're both like looking up stuff as we're doing a show.
I know I'm trying
There
to.
it is. Not that one. Just that one. Okay, and then go back up here.
Okay, so by publisher and stuff, Dark Horse is the publisher that won the most this year. They took 3 for Invisible Kingdom alone.
There. What was the one that's been in some hot water? Wasn't there one recently that's been in hot water, like a publisher or a writer or something? Maybe to do with Comic Gate that I don't know what's going on with that. But there was something like that, wasn't there? Where I was asking you about it.
I haven't really been paying much attention.
It
to
was.
all that
I think
stuff,
it might
but
have been a creator where all this stuff was coming out, and then it was like, how can you support them? But I don't know if it was a publisher or if it was a creator. It was.
I know.
I only vaguely remember it.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
It's McFarlane, J. Scott Campbell, and Silverstein talking about the interview coming out soon. It was done for Comic-Con. Home of the week.
Oh, yeah, when they did
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, McFarlane, J. Scott Campbell, and
see,
Silvestri.
And honestly, though, this is something you may not know, Carol, is that my older sister and brother-in-law are much more Star Wars fans than they are Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like me and my mom are the more Star Trek ones, and my older sister and her husband are more Star Wars. And you should have seen the look on his face when we had gone up there once weekend to visit, because we used to go up there like once a weekend, once every other weekend, or you know. Anyways, he had finally gotten me to watch Star Wars, and then we had gone up there and we were talking about it. And you may hate me for this, compared to what the look was for my brother-in-law when I said this, but I actually kind of liked Jar
Jar Jar?
Jar. He reminded me. I like Jar Jar.
But
I thought he was kind of funny. He's just like.
but you've also only seen him that once.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, hey, Javi.
I cannot say that name. I try.
Conquistadorks.
Conquistadorks.
Conquistadorks. Key.
I can't pronounce words.
Jesus.
Hooked on phonics don't work for me, guys. It's my speech impediment.
And you're like half Hispanic too.
Oh yeah, I know. The one thing I know how to say in Spanish is a complete and total lie.
Because it's probably not Spanish.
Sí habla español.
What the hell?
Sí habla español, but no, I know very little. I know like momento.
I can't remember if I uno momento.
Uno momento, yeah, that's
One
what
moment?
it was. Yeah, one moment, and yeah, I'm not really good at Spanish, but no, like growing up, other kids my age would be like, "Where's your accent from? Where's your accent from?" I'm like, "I don't have an accent. What are you talking
It's your
about?"
speech impediment.
I couldn't pronounce my R's growing up, so I was
Like whapper.
yeah, my R's sounded like W's.
Yeah.
So, and it's like me and my little sister were really close in age, and they'd be like, "There's no way you two are related. You speak completely different than she does. Like, you have a weird accent." And it's like, no, it's my speech impediment. Which is actually funny. One time when I was working drive-through at fast food, a guy like had ordered, and then he came up to the window and he was paying, and he's
he
like,
thought-
he like straight up asked, "Where's your accent from?" And I was like, "What accent?" "Oh, no, that's just my speech impediment." And the look on his face was like, "I regret asking." I'm like,
Oh my hell.
I tell it how it is, or at least how I see it sometimes.
I was stoked on this one. Mariko Tamaki won Best Writer
Ooh,
for Harley Quinn Breaking Glass. I didn't read that one.
you still need to read the Harleen story.
I do. I'm gonna be reading it here really soon.
I
speaking of
actually
which,
enjoyed it more than I thought I was going
I
to.
just read 1 through 8 of Something's Killing the Children. I finally read it after
Yeah, he is finally caught up on Something Scaling the Children.
I finally started reading it.
I assume that just dumb is Jar Jar, and that's why I liked him, because he wasn't the brightest. Tom King accused
Oh yeah.
an artist of being in the comic geek movement, and that was a bunch of backlash because there was someone. Yeah, see, I knew it was something.
It was like a colleague or something. I think. Yeah.
That's like I had only heard like
Because wasn't
the
it
gist of it. Like I hadn't heard all of it, so I
that-
didn't know what to go off of it.
I know I don't want to be spreading a bunch of wrong crap around, but I think it was Jay Lee, wasn't it, that he did it too?
It could.
But I did see something. He like apologized. I don't know if it is Jay Lee.
All I
if
know is this pandemic is like bringing out the true side of people,
I
and it's
know.
kind of freaky.
It-
It's like, whoa, why are you guys wearing all these masks? Like,
I mean,
don't you know it's just best to be who you are? Like,
well, the
upfront
thing
and, like,
is, in a lot of, I don't want to go too far down this road, but a lot of it is, yeah, it's bringing out like the true person in some people, but in a lot of people, it's also bringing out the scared person in people, to where it's like not necessarily
that's why
the
you
true
always
them.
gotta try to be nice, but never fail to be kind.
Yeah, listen to the doctor.
And you gotta live and let live, and peace and love.
See. Now here's another
war.
one. So best cover artist, Eisner Award went to Emma Rios. I don't know if I've even heard of her.
Stop fighting. Stop trying a point in comics. Just make great stories and art before you kill it all, jerks.
For real.
I agree.
Yeah. Like.
No, something.
For
I
real.
am so glad he finally caught up on Something's Killing the Children. I am so proud of him. He read it so
Yeah,
fast.
it's good.
It's really good. I like. It's like how I was telling you earlier. The thing that I like
so
about
yeah, it was Jay Lee.
The thing that I like about Something's Killing the Children is typically the art itself, if I didn't know the story, wouldn't be my type of art.
Yeah, mine
But
either.
in knowing how the story is going, the art is complementary. Complementary? Is that a word? To the story?
Yeah.
And so it's actually like giving me a new perspective on that, and I kind of like it. Fusha needs to write a book every time she's on this show.
For real.
I actually have a book in the works.
Yeah, you've been
It's like an autobiography.
it's yeah.
I got the chapters outlined. I just need to actually get it out. I know the name of it. It's going to be Inside the Mind of a Schizophrenic.
And for the Eisner
Work in
Hall of
progress.
Fame, there's a couple names here that I'm really stoked to see get in.
Ooh.
Stan Sakai and Louise Simonson.
I like Simonson.
Walt Simonson's wife. I would think
I really like Simonson.
I would think Walt Simonson's probably in it already.
You know, I feel like his Ragnarok series is kind of underrated, and I think you should read it because I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, for how good you said it is, I haven't really seen
I've really
anyone.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy each issue, and it's just good. I like the Walt Simonson take on it, on like the Norse mythology.
All right, yeah. And speaking of
Norse mythology.
and speaking of that, this shows you how far back it's been since we've talked about news on our show. Because I still had them like on the banners and everything. This is back when DC announced that Rorschach series by Tom King.
We're so late on everything. Like, we need to just like plan on. Like, we need to set our time.
No, if
to
we
be
would have gone
like 20 minutes ahead, so that we're actually on time.
if we would have gotten to this on the Married with Issues Live episode, that the first one that I had it up there on, it would have been before most people were talking about it. I mean, we wouldn't have been the first, but I mean, it would have been early in.
That's not all on me.
Bullshit, because the episode I'm talking about, I wanted to keep going and go through the news real quick, and you're like, no, we've been going for an hour and 15.
Okay, that actually does sound like me. Maybe I did.
Yeah,
My bad.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but
You see, we work through our panels one issue at a time.
yeah, on to the next one.
He's always right. He usually is. I'm a bad listener some days, but no, like we usually go for about an hour. Like that's how long everybody
I know,
usually goes.
and we were at that time, so.
And you're just an overachiever. Like, you dive head first into everything. You just like go, like you go all in or out. Like, you don't half-ass anything. You just go boom.
I mean, if you're gonna one of my life mottos has always been, if you're gonna do something, do it right. Like,
well, yeah, that's fair.
Like, what's
but
the
I don't
what's
always
the
have
purpose
the energy to do it all in.
I mean, I don't have it all the time.
I'm getting
either.
old. My grays are coming in.
I'm older than you.
And I'm getting more gray hair than you. What the hell? You're stressing me out.
Yeah, it's probably the stress.
You're stressing me out, man. You're giving me grays.
Speaking of that McFarlane documentary.
Hello. Good to see you. Hi, Leia.
Yo, hi, Leia.
Dude, that video of your son with the fire poi was really awesome. There's a girl that I work with. She does the same thing too, and it's really awesome.
Pablo does that too. He's so good at that.
Pablo is good at it too. Another old friend of mine that I used to know, he used to do it too. But it's wicked awesome. It's a lot of fun to do the fire poi.
I've never tried it, but I would not
I've
be good
seen
at
it multiple times. I do not trust myself enough to do it because I am clumsy and I turn corners too soon and I fall upstairs.
No, I would not let you get any. Okay, so this one was more newer. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, I need sleep.
Who's brain dead now?
You're rubbing off on me.
I know. I'm not supposed to rub off on you. You need to be who you are.
All right. So this one was more recent. Scott Snyder taking a step back from mainline DC titles. That's not to say that he's leaving DC. What?
I was just gonna respond to Garrel that I need to actually turn on my Xbox and see if his Xbox Pass is still valid on mine. And he's been playing Destiny lately, and it's been really making me want to play, but I haven't played yet.
Because I remember, I just remember how we did it, but there is a way to only have one for 2 consoles in the same house.
I think it's just that I have to sign into it, whatever password.
I remember it was something with making one of them like the primary, the main.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to remember how it was done.
We've already kind of gone over the old guard.
The old guard, yeah, we did kind of.
I keep interrupting Solgr, guys.
I know.
I think he's gonna bop me upside the head.
Trying to get through the crap.
He's gonna go.
What the hell was I even saying? So yeah, Scott Snyder taking a step back from mainline DC titles. Like I said, he's not leaving DC though.
What?
Yeah, what?
Oh wait, till you're done.
Scott Snyder moving away from DC Central Line in 2021. not leaving DC or superheroes, but wants to focus on things that don't take oxygen from the main line. Was a direct quote from him. That's the way he put it. He said, quote, "I'm not leaving superheroes, but I need to start working on more of my own stuff. I'm still doing stuff at DC, but definitely not as much. I want to give other people a chance with the big stuff at DC. And to be perfectly frank, there's a lot I want to do outside of superhero comics." And see, here's the thing. Like, he's actually an amazing horror writer. And based off a lot of the stuff he's been doing the last few years, you wouldn't think that, because he's been doing, all the main superhero DC stuff. And I still need to read that Swamp Thing run that he did right there. What?
I didn't want to interrupt you. I was nodding my head yes that Carlito said I assume you both enjoyed it. But I didn't want to interrupt you for the fourth time, because I'm so rude and inconsiderate. But no, the other thing I was gonna say was what happened to the side story Bat and Cat, Tom King or something or other, that because he didn't finish his issues, they were gonna have a series. What happened with that?
Okay, so the last
I don't remember.
The last we heard on that is that it was like postponed. I can't remember if they said canceled indefinitely or postponed indefinitely, but it was like canceled, but
then like picked up or something. I don't know.
With the belief that they eventually were going to do it, but they just didn't have like a time frame.
And
it
then
was
the
canceled
pandemic
and and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And now he's doing, so with this, with them announcing him doing this Rorschach series now.
I'm super stoked for that
Is
Rorschach
that the final
story.
Is that the final nail in the coffin on the Batman and Catwoman series?
Did I miss you guys forming Voltron? It's Kachun. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Did Kachun say that?
Yeah. I said,
he
did
must
I
have
miss
been
you
like
guys?
scrolling through the chat or something.
Maybe. Live long and prosper. Vulcan
Right.
Vogue. Vulcan. Okay. My logic, however, is deniable, though. That's
very
one
deniable.
thing.
All right, so yeah, continuing the Snyder stuff. He said now looking more towards creator-owned work, such as his recently launched series Undiscovered Country at Image Comics, has spoken about a creator-owned project with his Black Mirror collaborator Francesco Francavilla, and has teased a return to witches with his other Black Mirror partner Jock. And this one I'm really looking forward to. He also stated that Raphael Albuquerque and Greg Capullo are going to be doing stuff with him, as well as Becky Cloonan.
Did you see that Scott Snyder is great at horror?
Huh?
Did you see that Scott Snyder is great at horror? It's his hobby.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like how, if you got into comics just like in the last couple of years, you probably wouldn't know that, because since then he's been doing mostly superhero stuff. But he's actually
okay, so that did go over my head.
Yeah, he's actually an incredible horror writer. I mean, what I want him to get back to is one of his creator-owned American Vampire.
Ooh, that could be good.
And like I said, I need to read that Swamp Thing run right there that he did.
Yes. And he says he wants to read the one he did, the first 16 issues or something of the New 52 Swamp Thing.
Yeah, you should grab that. Or maybe I could probably grab it better.
Yeah, you would probably grab it better, because I'm kind of trapped. I have to proceed with caution with this little drawer thingy that I probably fall. He's going to drop everything, guys. The other Swamp Thing is out in the living room in my to-read stack.
That Swamp Thing, though, is the
Old stuff.
Bronze Age, like Bernie Wrightson. Yeah,
it's the much older stuff. But, yeah, that one you still need to read.
Yeah, this one's the Protector of the Green that he did with Yannick Paquette.
All I gotta say is, Carlito, it's really good to see you again more often, because I know there was a brief time where we're even guilty of it too. We did disappear for a little bit, but it's always nice when people come back to the community, because then it's like, hey, no time has gone by.
For real, it's a trip. It usually doesn't feel like that.
I know that when we disappeared for like 2 months, it was before Geralt did a video, and then when we started coming back, Geralt was doing videos, and we're like, what?
Yeah, because
And-
we hadn't seen
yeah.
him before.
It was intense. It was an intense moment there. It was great.
Let's see here.
I was reading back on the chat. Yes, The Hunters is such a good show. We gotta have you guys on there.
I
That's what I've
know.
heard.
We need to bring the Hunters on our show, get both of them on. But I need
Happiness
to.
is key. At least that's what they tell me.
I know. I need to.
I take some things with a grain of salt, though.
I need to kind of see what the hell's going on. Like, why when we have guests on, there's that echo. Something's looping back through, and I need to. I need to run some tests where we have a guest, and then you would be like, yeah, we're gonna have to run like some test streams.
We've
What?
done so in the past. I don't know. I do, but I don't, because
you don't.
it's in the works, and I don't know if it's announced yet. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I just
I don't
won't-
even know what you're thinking about.
you know what I have playing in my head since like maybe 5 minutes ago is the A-Team, where it's Murdoch and they're breaking him out of the mental asylum hospital, and he's like holding onto the helicopter thing, and he's like, "You spin me right round, baby, right round." It's been in my head for like the past 5 minutes since it got brought up somehow, kinda.
That one. When did that one? I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, it was there. Right? Yeah, see, it feels like no time has passed.
Yeah,
And
it
I
really
love
doesn't.
It's great. We're trying to be a lot more consistent because we want to build our channel. We want more subscribers.
Yeah.
We want to do more shows because we realized that we don't ever actually say like subscribe and hit the bell. We're always just like, hey, thanks for joining.
Yeah, we
But-
really don't, I guess, like promote that much. For how much I do, you know, like with the blog and the store and
Well, when we first started the
The
channel,
show.
we did a giveaway when we first moved into the apartment. It was when we gave away the omnibus and stuff, and I think that had gotten us to like what was that 200 giveaway?
I don't know. I just know we go a long time between even getting one. So I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell we're doing wrong.
I don't think we're doing anything wrong. I think we're just behind. We're a little special, kind of special, you know,
No.
right? We beat to the rhythm of our own drums.
Oh well. I do it for fun. But
I'm like sleep deprived, and I somehow have energy, and I don't know how.
yeah, you're gonna be you're gonna be face plant. Holy cow! You're gonna be face down on the in the coffee table in the living room in a minute.
Nuh-uh. I gotta put laundry away. I don't want to, but I have to. Adulting.
All right. So recently there was some.
Are there still more news?
There was some. When it's hard
See,
to
he
get
has
to.
so much.
It's hard to when I'm trying to like say the report and we go down like 3 different conversations and I have to come back to the.
I
the
agree with
report.
Carlito.
What?
Just have Bueller promote, and you'll be set for life.
He has multiple times. He's even been on our show multiple times.
Bueller's awesome.
Knowing the big dogs doesn't really do much. I learned that when I was on Twitch.
But this is different.
This is different than how it
This
was
is
on Twitch.
different.
That's for damn sure. This is a lot better.
Yeah.
Because Twitch, people would talk about like
That's
they
what
want to
I'm
help
telling
you
him
and
too,
support
like-
you and all that crap. But then it's like, oh, but don't mention you're a streamer in my channel, you know, or whatever, you know. But here it's like
Don't
everyone actually
worry.
wants to like help.
Be happy.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways, no, there was reports recently coming out about possibly being the Illuminati coming to the MCU
Yes.
and the new, so like the new Avengers Illuminati. Yeah, reports of
Which
the
is
Illuminati coming into the
exciting.
MCU in the form of new Avengers has been picking up and seemingly confirmed as being in pre-production. Oh God, who was it? I can't remember. I think that was
It's-
one of the news things that I misplaced my cards on. I can't remember who reported that. But
You misplace a lot of things.
I think it's you moving it when you're.
Well, you know I designate this space for my photography.
Jesus.
I gotta get a good picture of the books. This is one that I still need to get a picture of. I meant to do it before I went to my mom's, but I ran out of time. Because I'll probably do it for like a variant or just an awesome Jim Lee, and I love this cover. And so it's over here because I was going to take a picture of it. This is an awesome show, guys. Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I mean, we do it for the fun and for the community, you know, like.
I do it just because it's fun. I like talking to everybody and
that's why we
in
like
everybody's else's chat.
And that's why and that's why we like live so much.
Although
more.
I must admit, it is kind of hard keeping up with everybody, because it's like I notice sometimes when we like, there's a few shows that we never miss, but then there's others to where it's like we'll have to get other things done around the house or clean or whatever or just. We'll end up putting on a stream, and then we'll like put it on somebody in the community, and then next thing we know, it's bedtime and we didn't get anything done. And there's just not enough time. Because I think one thing that works against us is our hours of work. Is that we're usually 10 to 7, so it's kind of hard to.
And
to
Carlito actually makes this is so true. What Carlito says right here. He says, where'd it go? You guys are fine. Just do some filmed videos, like 10 minutes long, of hauls or unboxing, and eventually they'll come. It's hard to win the long live streams, though. And that's so true, because with YouTube's algorithm and the way their stuff works, they don't focus a lot of attention and a lot of stuff to live streams. Mm-hmm. They're starting to do more now because of, I mean, look at how live stuff has boomed since the pandemic, right? Right. So they're starting to pay more attention to it now, but yeah, 100% right there. Like if we did a little bit more pre-recorded.
You know what I still find really funny? Is the time that Trevor Noah had Jon Stewart on, and Jon Stewart wasn't used to like video chat, like.
So he was like
looking at himself the whole time, and then Trevor Noah was like, look at the camera. He's like, oh, so you mean to tell me that I've been looking down at people the whole time?
And they've been looking at his forehead the whole time.
And he's just been like looking down. It was funny. There was something else that's what I was gonna say. That is one. I agree with you 100%, Carlito. And that's one thing that is kind of in the works, at least for me, is doing a show, Real Pixels, where it's like you just get pixelated with me and a story told of why I love this movie and why you should see it, and like some of my favorite movies. Because even though there's a lot of movies I haven't seen, there's a lot that I have that most people may not have seen.
I know, like one of your favorite movies of all time is like Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke, Stardust.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stardust, I finally saw somewhat recently.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is really good.
Yeah.
With Jack Nicholson. So good.
I love that movie too.
Easy Rider was okay, and there's a bunch of them. And I love movies. When I did my first giveaway ever on Instagram for getting 600 or 400 followers, the thing to do for it was to say a quote from your favorite movie, and it was a really fun giveaway. I enjoyed that. I need to actually do another giveaway. Because I am now almost to 1,200, and I don't know how that happened. I kind of know how it happened. I've been more
and
active,
that's what's crazy for how low our YouTube channel is. For both of us having a combined 2,500 Instagram followers.
That's true. I agree. Well, and I just actually edited on Facebook. I finally, because I usually, I used to be on Facebook all the time, and then I found Instagram and comics in the community, and I'm hardly ever on Facebook anymore, but I actually just edited a photo that I have on my cover photo on Facebook. It's a really cool one. I can kind of show it to you guys. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Javi. Yeah, Javi says there's not enough comic/pop culture news shows, though. This is awesome. Yeah, thanks. See, and that's the type of shows I love, too, and that's what I've always kind of wanted to have. Even though I'm not, it's a little bit, I don't know.
We do it for fun.
Yeah, I know, but I wish I could pull it off a little bit better, but our brains are way too squirrel-brained and scattered. And
hey, just put your best foot forward and keep moving, you know?
What were you doing?
I was gonna show. I forgot. Wait, no, I remember. I remember. No, I was gonna show this. This is my screensaver that I updated it, and it's Catwoman, and I love it, and it's awesome. But what I was gonna do is pull up the one that I changed on that I moved to Facebook, so that it's like this is what I updated on my Facebook cover photo. Is it gonna work? It's white. It might not.
It's usually, I think it's like face. You have to like block. It's usually getting it because like it tries focusing. But I could have sworn I turned autofocus off on our
Maybe not.
webcam.
I was trying to show it.
But I don't know.
Let's see. I'm gonna try this again.
I really wish our laptop would run OBS better. Once I get our desktop. There you go.
As I'm shaking.
It was there for a second.
It's almost focused. Yeah. So I just edited that and made it my cover photo on Facebook because even though Bat and Cat did not get married and that whole spiel, he's still like my Batman and Catwoman's my favorite. So that's why it's Batman.
I know a lot of the times we'll call each other Bat and Cat too.
Yeah, which is actually going to be the next thing I was going to show you guys real quick because I updated my main screen, with that first one I showed you, and this is my Thank you, stickers. Yeah, I think you saw it for a second. Yeah, but I edited it to be Sauve Fuma, where it's like Sauve Bat, Sauve Cat. No. Hold on. Sauve Cat, Fuma Bat. Which completely sounds like a different language. Well, no, not really.
Yeah, we almost kind of made up our own. Yo, yeah. Puff.
Hey, Puff. Good to see you.
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
I was just excited to show those, so I wanted to show them. But, yeah, because Sauve Fuma is another way we say I love you.
Yeah, because that's what we started saying. Well, what I started saying to you before. Yeah, before even saying.
Before we dropped the L-bomb.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I like you. I like you a lot. I like you so much. And then it just turned into Sauve Fuma. So Sauve Fuma just stands for so very freaking much.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember is it. It's not an. I don't think it's an anagram, but it's the first two letters.
Of each, yeah.
Of the word, yeah, like Sauve Fuma.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, so I think that might also help is the fact that I finally cross-promoted on my Facebook.
Yeah, that.
I made the cover photo.
I mean, and like she always says, like with me being an overachiever and all that, like how our Saturday show, and then I upload it to our podcast the following day on Sunday, and we have it going out to 8 different podcast apps. All the big ones too, like Spotify and Apple. It used to be iTunes, but now it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Anchor, Spotify.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Yeah, those were the pictures that I edited because I was like, I need to update my back photos. But I was going to post this before the show, but I ran out of time. And so I'll probably post it after. But I was thinking around last night when we're getting late. I was like messing around with these Instagram filters.
Oh, yeah, this is awesome.
And I just so happened, I don't know how I got the timing on this, but I think
I hadn't even noticed that was even on it.
Yeah.
You know, like how, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll show you one more picture that I have on my phone. I was gonna post this to Instagram before the show, but I ran out of time and it was late getting back from my mom's when I had to do laundry and stuff. But it was that one time that the timing worked out that it like turned me into Cable.
Yeah, because like we didn't even notice that there was that. I didn't even notice that thing was part of the
It's part of the filter.
but it's not always like that though. It like blings.
Yeah, so like the filter on Instagram, it like has the sparkles kind of like going off, but that landed on my eye on like complete accident, and I was just like, holy shit, it turned me into cable. Like,
I know.
That one time the timing on the filter matches perfectly that it's like dead center of my eye. So
it's such a trip it did that.
Yeah. I was gonna post that to Instagram, but I didn't get the chance to post it before the show. But I was gonna do along the lines of just how that moment when the Instagram filter times it perfectly and makes you look like Cable. I'm a female version of Cable. Those filters are fancy and fun.
Yeah, I think it was on our show yesterday. I did talk a little bit about the Tinian Batman run, huh?
Yeah. Did you still have more news?
I don't know. That's what I was actually just gonna look up.
Jeff, I noticed Jeff went live.
No, none that I had like banners made for. Because like I said, I mean that was news for the last two Meredith Issues Live episodes.
Yes, it was.
I don't think I had even looked around at news today, so.
We're a tad slow.
The what?
We're a tad slow at like getting things out and doing stuff.
Oh, we're probably more than a tad slow.
Well, I wouldn't put us down that much. I mean, come on, gotta give ourselves a little credit for some effort. Like, we try.
I know. We do. I mean, I sure so do. I mean, I even started using this thing called a TubeBuddy. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it's like a extension thing that you can put into your like browser for your YouTube, and it gives you. It's kind of hard to explain because it's pretty deep. It gives you a lot of different like extensions and tools and stuff for your channel. A crap ton of analytics. Holy cow! It goes so deep. Like. Giggity.
It's fancy. I don't really pay much attention to that stuff, but I do hope to do
if you're serious about your channel and like you pay a lot of attention to stuff like that, like I definitely recommend checking out TubeBuddy. It's free. I mean, there is paid versions for more features, but I don't know how there is more features because even for the free, there's like so much stuff.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
But through using that, I was able to wrap my head around kind of like how the algorithm and ranking and all that stuff works.
You know, sometimes I get stuck in this rabbit hole of YouTube where it's one recommended video after another, and the first one that I even started watching is like questionable as to why I'm even watching it when I know I'm not interested in what it's about or what's going on. And then by about the fourth or fifth one, I'm like, okay, I'm sick of this shit. Like, why am I putting myself through this?
Yeah.
Remove for watch history so I don't get more of the same ones. I'm like, well, I can't. Like, you gotta feed positivity. You know, like you can't just.
If you're always watching negative crap.
Exactly. So
like all the crap you've been watching lately.
Well, that's why I removed it all so that it won't show that. It won't recommend the other stuff because it's just like.
I know, I'm just giving you crap.
It happens to the best of us, though, because, I mean, there's... Uh-oh. Oh, no, never mind. We're good.
What?
My legs were falling asleep. I had to move them, and I thought I kicked over the garbage, but I didn't. I had to move them. But yeah, I get sucked into, like, these videos, and then I had to remove them.
That's a good question, yeah. Andy asks, you guys looking forward to any books coming out soon? I'm trying to think of...
There's one that I want to find, and I don't know if it's out yet. There's one that I missed, Hellblazer I missed, but the Sandman Waking Hours. I have a picture of the first issue. I don't know when it came out. I don't know if it is out. It may not be out, but it's the Dreaming Waking Hours, and like there's the cover for it.
Oh, the new one, yeah.
And I really wanted to read that, and because the way that the other Dreaming series ended is just so good. But I don't know if it's already out or if it's coming out, because like with everything and this going on, the other books I'm probably looking. I need to catch up on Batman.
Yeah, you do.
On those
so
ones.
good right now.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to read 95 Joker War Part 1, but
I want to say there was one.
I haven't looked at the newest previews yet. A couple, because I think I just looked at that DC thing, that little flyer pretty much real quick. There is the Doomsday Clock complete collection trade paperback coming out, like, oh hell, when was it? I think it's still like some odd months off, but I want to get the Doomsday Clock complete collection, but I'm gonna wait for hardcover though.
I do want to get the Lois Lane 12 issues trade, because they're doing the Lois Lane 12 issues, and they're on issue 11. Issue 12 might have come out.
No, it's 12's out. It's
12's out?
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait for those 12 to go into a trade paperback, and I'm looking forward to buying that trade.
Speaking of which, that's nice. Full circle. The guy that wrote that wrote the old guard. It was Greg Rucka that wrote that.
Wrote the old guard. Okay, for a second, the way you said old guard, I thought you said something completely different. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Because it just sounded different to my receptors.
Oh, Carlito stopped Batman around the early 70s. Yeah, that was a really rough time on that series.
It was.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It was rough. After the failure of the wedding, it just,
I was hanging by a thread there, too.
Yeah. See, but it's different because it's like Bat and Cat, and they may not be married in the comics, but he's my Bat, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said on our show yesterday,
Mercy I've really been loving.
Where
I actually just read Mercy issue number 4 this morning, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
I'm trying to think. Before I started reading Something's Killing the Children, I was working through my big-ass stack of X books.
Yeah.
Like the X-Men and X-Force and...
You're getting pretty far with those.
Marauders and... I'm trying to get to the... X-Men and Fantastic Four series.
Yes,
and
that is
Wolverine
what I
and
did
Cable.
Recently. Cut out a lot of garbage, negativity, otherwise no value in bringing stuff out of my life. I agree. I had the same conversation with my mom when I was over there doing laundry, as it's like, it goes into that old wolf or old dog of the good and the bad. Which one, it depends on which one you feed the most. And it's like how a lot of people nowadays have such a short temper and are just loving the conflict and loving getting in arguments for no good reason. It's like even with you being on phone calls now too, and it's like every once in a while I'll get that really mean customer that just isn't giving me the time of day, isn't letting me finish my sentence, is yelling at me for something out of my control. And it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, they're going through, you never know what somebody's going through. You never do. And so it's just always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. And I've come to the realization that they themselves are probably going through something that they don't know how to handle. And that's usually when people lash out. So it's just a matter of keeping the positivity and finding the silver lining and seeing that the glass is half full and that there's always going to be tomorrow.
Well put.
Yeah. I really need to work on my book. Like, I got the chapter outlines. And then, yeah.
I know. I started drawing a couple panels of our comic book that we've been trying to...
I cannot wait, you guys. I have to get him a tablet, a drawing tablet, and you guys have to, his art is so good.
Well, it's more than a tablet, the ones I want to get. It's technically a monitor. It's like
it's a big, fancy thing.
Yeah, it's like the big ones. I mean, a lot of comic artists and stuff use them nowadays.
They may as well be married. It's not like they're gonna go around seeing other people. For real.
For real.
That was so true. But I just lost my train of thought.
I know, I did too.
My thoughts derailed. I don't know if they're coming back this time. They might not.
I mean, most of the time, do they?
Oh yeah, because he can actually. He's really good at drawing, and that was the first conversation me and him ever had was just what are you drawing? and it was really good. But I can't wait till we can get that monitor tablet thing, because he's been drawing on his phone, but it's incredible. And then
yeah, and my phone is like the screen's cracked and stuff, so it's been really hard to draw on it. My stylus, the tip on it's like brush. It's like frayed out.
Right.
It's like
Well,
yeah, it's a nightmare.
Was it 20 or in 2020? Was it the beginning of 2019 or was it the beginning of 2018 that I was gonna really work hard on the book? I think it was 19, wasn't it?
I think 19 probably.
I think it was the very start of 2019. I was gonna, because I've had a book that I'm working on for a while, and I had finally gotten like the chapter outlines, the rough draft, what I wanted to go over, what points I wanted to make. And then we got a new phone, and it didn't save all the information from one phone to the next with the smart switch. So I thought that I lost all of my notes and memos, because that's the hardest thing with me in writing, is that I say these things, and then the second they escape my mouth, I forget what I said, and I didn't write it down. And then he's like, all right, yeah. He's always telling me I should write, and it's a work in progress, but at some point, I will get the book done, because it's important to me. It's just a biography of schizophrenia.
Yeah,
inside the mind of a schizophrenic.
You don't think that you are, but you are a really good writer. Like when I've seen you write stuff.
I don't buy it.
That's why.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's why I want, like, I mean, we've kind of like plotted and kind of like came up with ideas and stuff for our own book, but.
Well, and it's just, I love the concept of what my book is in the works for, because it's like I've been diagnosed schizophrenic for the past 10 years, and I've been on meds, and I've gone through lab rat trials and hearing voices, and it's really a different perspective, and I can't wait to get it all out on the page. It's a matter of time. I got to work on it, but it's getting there.
Yeah, see, and that's what I've told you before. Something like that, where it's kind of like a life story, life experience, biographical thing
really is,
about having something. Like, you don't write that like in a year, like most people write books or whatever.
This is true.
That's a thing that you write. It takes a long time for books like that.
Yeah, it's in the works. It's been in the works since 2016. But I've come a long way with it.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. We need to get me one of those recorder things. Ooh, speaking of, I learned something new today, and it was really cool.
What?
That I didn't know before. I read the first issue of Green Arrow, The Wonder Year, and there's a story in the back where it's going over of what's been told of Green Arrow so far, and how there's holes in the continuity, and how they've corrected it with this and all of that. But speaking of that there, Mike Gorell, when he would write for Green Arrow, he would do it tape recorded. He would say it out loud. He wouldn't write it down, or he would say it to a tape recorder.
He would dictate it.
Yeah.
Is what it's called, yeah.
And I didn't know that. I thought that was really awesome that Mike Gorell, when he would be writing for Green Arrow, he wasn't just like writing, in the traditional way of writing.
Yeah.
It was, he had the tape recorder, and he would like say everything, and I thought that was really cool. I agree with you 100%. I definitely need one of those, because there's like so many times that I have to hurry and write something down, and if I don't write it down, then I forget it, and then
Yeah,
it's a work in progress.
Carlito asked Fusha, do you have a phone voice like I did when I did phone work? Yeah, you know what I'm noticing now that I'm doing a phone job again for the first time in
You sound like
20 years or whatever? I swear like 4 or 5 times I've been called ma'am.
Yeah, that happens too. Hey, I once had a lady at my first phone job. She straight up told me that my voice was too high pitched and she couldn't understand me. And I'm like, well, I can't change that, so I can get you over to another agent. Right. But yeah, I do have a would you've heard me on the phone sometimes. Do I have a different voice?
Yeah, I mean, most people do
Yeah.
have like their customer service, voice.
It
But
is slightly different. I have to like really sound confident and stern with it, but what
yeah,
really drives me insane about being back on the phones and being in a phone job is that most often the older people, not even older per se, it's just like the kind of older, maybe 2 to 3, or like the generation of my mom's age, and around there, is some of them. I'm trying to build rapport, just kind of avoid dead air and all this and stuff, but oftentimes I've been getting them thinking that I am like on their own. I'm not doing anything to make them think this, but they always think I'm super young. They think I'm like late teens, early 20s, and I'm like, no, I'm actually 31, and I'm not as young as I sound, but I didn't know I sounded young. Because like because there'd be like we have to ask for a home phone number. It's like, oh, nobody uses a house phone anymore, not since dial-up internet, and they act like I shouldn't even know what dial-up internet is.
yo, who dat? What's going on, brother?
Hey, who dat? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, he says old guard movie. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We were talking about it earlier.
That's what we started strong with,
yeah.
and now we've just been bullshitting the whole time.
For about an hour after. It was like half hour old guard, and then
I still have to put laundry away.
I know. We probably
I
should
don't
wrap
want to
soon.
put laundry away. Why does tomorrow have to be Monday?
But yeah, who dat? I can't remember if I've seen you talk about it or not yet. If you've seen it. But yeah, we loved it. Just really quick. We loved it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, and I liked how it ended, and I can't wait. I hope they make another one.
I mean,
they set it up for it.
I mean, a lot like Garrow. Like, I kind of wish that there would have been a little bit more, like backstory on the old group. But,
I agree.
But I kind of like that there was still a lot of like mystery and a lot of stuff still left for future.
I was just reading what Carlito said. It's funny, I like my phone voice. A lot of people said I could have been on the radio, but not a huge fan of my regular talking voice.
I hate mine too.
Honestly, like with my job and us needing to meet our stats and everything, if I get too many if I get too many in a row where it's the same result, then I have to like go under coaching and like improve and stuff, and I just, they have me listen to my own call, and I'm like, I don't want to hear my voice. I already, but in forcing myself to do it, I'm like, okay, it's not so cringeworthy, just okay. And then I'm able to see it as like a different perspective of, oh, duh, why didn't I do that? Like, it's just different, from
when
mine
you're on the call too, though.
It's completely different when you're on the call in the moment compared to when you're,
hindsight's always 20/20.
compared to when you're listening to it.
Yep.
So,
which is exactly why they'll have you listen to it.
Although some of my good calls that I have that I feel like are hero calls are the ones that I love, where I'm like, yes, please monitor that one. If you monitor any of the, because we get,
it's never that one.
Yeah. Sometimes it is. I mean, at the beginning of last month it was. I had like the first 3 QAs were really good. But
I know I need to like stretch my legs, but yeah, we have boxes under the desk right here.
I agree. I think everybody does.
I think everyone hates the regular voice. Yeah, a lot of people I know. I don't know. I can think of a few people that loves the sound of their own voice, like Liefeld.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you could tell when he talks, he's like putting some extra shit in it like that.
That's true.
Because he's a fucking badass.
I catch myself trying
that
to
can't draw.
I catch myself saying yes instead of yeah, or like I try to construct my sentences in a better way, but yeah. I don't know, it's not always too bad listening to myself.
I don't know, after being called ma'am like 3 or 4 times though, I think I kind of want to hear, because I haven't since the new job, I haven't listened to one of my own calls.
It's so funny because I work out in the living room and you work in here, that it's like I can hear you on a call and you can hear me on a call. And the first week of him working from home, after the first week of training, our breaks lined up perfectly, that it was like, hey, I'm on break. Hey, me too. Hey, I'm on lunch. Hey, me too. And it was like that the entire week.
I would come out of here and Like you would be going on break too. And
Yep. I'd be like just barely lighting my cigarette, ready to go. And oh, you're on break now too? Sweet. It's pretty awesome. I agreed.
right?
There's what was it?
His speaking voice doesn't sound natural. Like you could tell he's putting
No.
he puts
Yeah.
some shit into it. Yeah. And he's like flexing his little pebbles. You know, like.
Oh, go back to bedrock. Like the Flintstones, bedrock.
Go back to bed. I know.
Timbuktu. And like,
Oh
there
crap!
was something else I was gonna say. Now I can't remember. It's escaped my mind. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is they consider it hero calls, which is really awesome because when I started, and I had gotten out of training and then out of nesting, they had asked what my favorite superhero was, and I'm like, why? What is this for? And after a brief moment of thinking of a few of them, I'm like, Catwoman may not always be a hero, but she's my favorite character, so I'm just going to say Catwoman. And then lo and behold, my work made my name tag where my desk was at to have a picture of Catwoman on it. And I still have it. I brought it home with me when they sent us all to work from home. And so my name tag with my work from when I was in the office has a picture of Catwoman on it because it was during the Hero Initiative where it's like each letter stands for like helpful.
I can't remember what it stood for, but that's actually where we got one of our DC and one of our Marvel posters was from your old work.
Got two of them
from the old call center,
which was really fun. Yeah.
It wasn't the ones that we used to have back here.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't that DC
I've
and
posted
Marvel,
them on my Instagram before though.
but it was different ones. Yeah.
I've posted them on there. I'm trying to remember what E is.
Yeah, oh, for real,
Engage.
Carlito. I've thought the same thing too. Like I've noticed that.
Yeah, I agree.
He kind of like a lot, you know.
Yeah, he really does too, and he's so little. He's got little man syndrome.
He's got one of the worst cases of it.
And why did people tell Todd
ever.
McFarlane no, but told Liefeld yes? Like
I know who the hell
two
gave
left
him his
hands,
first shot.
like
I mean, I know he was kind of like McFarlane was kind of
his
like
mentor.
his mentor.
But
at
then he
kind of
goes
a point.
and trash talks him too.
Well, because he's better. He's better than him. You know.
Don't waste time on that fool.
He knows everything.
Not I.
I know.
Anywho, Jeff is live, and I stopped to put laundry away.
I know. I need to go.
And I still want to read, and this has been really fun. I really enjoyed this stream. I'm glad that we ended up doing it.
I know. I mean, I don't know if you've said it. You've probably said it on a show, but I know, like to me, you've said it many times. Like, we should do like streams every now and then where we just go on
open invite
and just open an invite, just bullshit or whatever.
That's one thing I have been wanting to do more is where like we have our Married with Issues show that we do Saturdays and like our spotlight when somebody comes on with us, but there's times where I think it would be really awesome for us to just hop on and be like, hey, open invite, want to come hang out? You know, that's BS like we have been this entire time.
Yeah, and like I don't know, Sundays is kind of like a good one to do it, and we can always do it like instead of every Sunday, do it like every other Sunday or.
Well, I work almost every other Sunday.
Oh, that's true.
Because I'm working next Sunday, but I have Friday and Saturday off.
That's true. Yeah, it is
and
Sundays that you might work.
And then the 23rd is the third Sunday of the month, and it's going to be 3.
Yeah.
3 MWI. Do you follow that? I don't think you followed that, guys.
Holy shit! Our anniversary soon.
Yeah, it's in like
the end
2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it's in 3 weeks.
Yeah, not quite the end of this month.
It's on a Sunday night. I'm getting paid for that day.
It's 21 days.
I have the day off.
3 weeks.
And I'm getting paid for it.
Is our anniversary on a Sunday then? If it's 3 weeks away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 weeks, and I'm getting paid for it because I like PTO. I'm like, hey, you know what? This is an important day to me. I'm going to put in for PTO. And I get paid as if I am there, which is even more nice.
Carlito, that'd be awesome. Yeah, Carlito said, yeah, I want to come on. Because
Yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I've always wanted to ask you to come on, but I mean, I've seen you on live streams, but not like a ton, and I didn't want to be like, you know, like be like the one, be like, come on, like yeah, like you know, if you didn't like
Don't
want
ever
to or
be
whatever.
afraid.
But yeah, we'd love to have you on for sure.
Definitely,
For damn sure.
It's nice that we have each other, and it's just, it would be so awesome to do random, like, just
and I keep saying
open invites.
I would love to get together with. The thing is there's kind of a lot of people I want to do it with, but you know, like a weekly show that we always do with.
There was Direct
you know,
Edition
like the
Squad,
same,
but at this
I know
point,
something like that again. Yeah.
At this point, I just want to go with the flow and like do open invite and just hang out.
I know.
Like we did today.
Yeah, because there's so much. I mean, honestly, with how much other stuff that I do, other than our show, but that still pertains to it, those Saturdays like sneak up on us every time. Still.
I know, yeah, because next Saturday, this coming Saturday, I don't know if I think we'll one.
I mean, we'll have a show, but we don't know if we'll have. What? What are you doing?
That thing. At 1.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So
yeah,
I think we'll still do a show next Saturday.
yeah, maybe just a little later though.
Yeah, it might be a little later.
Instead of our 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern normal time, it might be like 5.
I wouldn't think it'd be too much later. I don't think we're going to make it to the LCS next week, which is perfectly fine because we could still go over recent reads and, you know, more news and stuff.
Well, obviously, yeah, we can burn time.
Yeah, we're good at that. Kind of like how I still got to put laundry away.
Yeah, and I still really got to go to the bathroom.
I'm dreading putting laundry away, guys.
All right.
Anyways, thank you
guys
all so much for hanging out. Quit mocking me. You're mocking me, sir.
Whatever the hell that was.
He looked like a man.
He had a cat named Fifi.
Oh my god. You guys, he cracks me up. I love him so much. He makes me laugh all the time. This had started out as a
movie
old guard review, and it was good. And if you made it this far, thanks for hanging out and joining us. If you're not,
we took a weird turn somewhere back there.
We did. White Whale Comics is live right now with Dungeons and Dragons, and then there is also Jeff Comic 813 that is live with the Extreme Nerd Table, and the other one is a completely different channel that I follow.
Yeah, we might have to jump in there.
Yeah, there's a good chance we might. So if you guys want to go check out some awesome, cool people as well, White Whale's playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Jeff Comic 813 has his Extreme Nerd Table. So I'll probably hop in the chat over there and put laundry away as I'm doing it.
All right, love you guys. Be safe.
Much love.
Hope
Nerds Unite. Live long and prosper. I got like live long and prosper horns. Maybe. I don't know. I need sleep.
It's enough out of you.